Hello, and this is Mr. Hinchliffe speaking, and this is the start of a series of videos that you will be getting sent over the next few weeks to celebrate LGBTQ plus History Month, which takes place every February. The aim of this video is to talk you through this form that you're going to be sent through your form groups and your head of years, and just a couple of things that we're doing at Joe Richardson to celebrate LGBTQ plus History Month as well. So the overall aim is to promote equality and diversity, and to really kind of open the public's eyes to LGBTQ plus history throughout time, and also just how we're celebrating it as well. It's very keen to stress some of the activities we're going to be doing. Miss Harland has created a JRCS Pride and Allies page that will be on Teams, and if you are interested in joining that team, somewhere where you can kind of ask questions about anything regarding LGBTQ plus from the history point of view as well, you can email Miss Harland or myself, and our email addresses are there. There's also just to point out, there's some good reading here as well, some extra reading that you can access if you're interested, and also there's a good podcast here that you can also access. There's also the link to the official website of LGBTQ plus History Month that you can access here as well. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through the kind of main elements of the video. The video will be uploaded here, and we would greatly appreciate if you just rate how clear the video was, and you'll have to select that to go through. But I just want to very quickly mention this. This is really important to stress. It's about something called Section 28, and on the 24th of May 1988, a law was actually passed in government. Margaret Thatcher at the time was the Prime Minister. And it actually stated that no local authority, so such as a school, could actually promote the education of homosexuality or anything to do with LGBTQ plus history at all. And that's the actual quote is here from the law, and it says, shall not intentionally promote homosexuality or publish material with the intention of promoting homosexuality. So that actually made it illegal for any teachers to promote or celebrate LGBTQ plus. It also meant that lots of groups or lots of students had to censor what they were doing. Staff couldn't really be open about it. Now, that law was actually stopped in Scotland on the 21st of June 2000. It was not repealed and stopped in England and then Wales until the 18th of November 2003. That's 15 years later. And to give you a little bit of context, I was in year 9 in November 2003. So the first 3 years of my secondary school life, Section 28 was still in operation. And in fact, there's probably many staff at Joe Richardson right now who were teaching then, or were also at school, and Section 28 was still around. So if Section 28 was still around now, I would not be allowed to do this video. So it's really important that we know about the history behind LGBTQ plus History Month as well, and the kind of restrictions that were there before. So this part here, this form, I'm not going to talk through all of it, but just if you don't know that much about LGBTQ+, it just kind of talks you through the kind of main aspects of it. So you've got the acronym here and what the letters stand for, and it's just meant to be placing these communities together because they've kind of suffered many persecutions and prejudices throughout history. They share many ideals, so they are put together in this acronym, and this is what we're celebrating. So here's just some of the kind of main things and reasons why we do celebrate. So it's kind of, increasing the visibility of these people throughout history, raising awareness of the issues that are around. We're going to look at persecution of them as well in other videos. Making education a safe place for anyone within these communities. Obviously, allies are involved in that as well, so people who aren't actually any of these things but are still promoting those values, and kind of promoting their welfare as well. Okay, so the main feature of this video is to celebrate some of the most famous LGBTQ plus people throughout history. And now this list is no means exhaustive. I've picked 15 individuals throughout history who have made either a contribution or they're quite famous, and you might not have realised that they actually are a part of that community. So I'm not going to talk through all of them, but what you need to do really is, it's obviously numbered here 1 to 15. You've got the images here so you can see an image of them. And it's going all the way back to ancient Egypt, so 3,500 years ago. There's examples from ancient Greece and ancient Rome. There's examples from the Middle Ages and also the kind of Stuart and the Victorian era. There's the First World War and the early 20th century and all the way through to the 1970s and 80s as well. So once you've read through them, I just want you to pick, and you can pick more than one, whose story do you find the most inspiring, or who do you identify the most with? It'd be just really interesting to see the kind of responses. So you can just select more than one. So I'll just select one here, and on to next here. Okay, the last thing that you need to do is have a look at this, which is the competition that we are putting forward this year. And it's based on Section 28, which is obviously what I spoke about earlier, the law that prohibited any openness or talk of this kind of community. So what your task is to do is to create a kind of source, so a piece of information that we could use to study Section 28. So it could be a diary entry of someone, a student at the time, who maybe was a part of the community but couldn't be open about it, or a teacher, or a politician, or a gay activist, any one of those. And it could be anything really. So you can send those entries to your head of year, and if you send them by the 8th of March, if you have any questions about the competition, please don't hesitate just to email me and I can give you some guidance as well. Once you've done that, you just need to submit, and then I will see all your responses. So I hope you enjoy the task, hope you enjoy the reading, and look forward to reading your responses soon. Okay, thank you.